WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is down at the starting line right now. Caroline, runners, we just saw they took off moments ago. It's empty behind you now.
Kristen, they did take off just moments ago, and the last song that just played was Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Very fitting for this morning. It's a beautiful day out here. As you said, there are hundreds of runners that just took off. I can see them in the distance over there. And there are other people here now getting ready for the start of the other races within the next half hour. But everyone was stretching and hydrating before the race. A lot of people were obviously very excited. People were lining up. The people closer to the starting line where people expected to finish first and run a little bit faster. People toward the back are going to maybe go a little bit slower through the race. But coming up in our next about 10-15 minutes, I'll have another report, give you another update. So stay tuned for that. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT-22 News.
It's 6:55 now. Today, the 33rd annual Sunburst races, and WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is down at the starting line, where many runners starting to prepare for their next race, the 10K. Caroline, this race kicks off, I think, in about a half hour.
Kristen, yes, it's coming up. There are some runners that are getting hydrated right now, gearing up for the race. And right now, Travis joins me. He is the race director of these Sunburst races. So, Travis, this is such a great family-friendly event. I see a lot of families here this morning.
It is a great community event. We're excited to have everyone out here. Half and the full marathon just took off. We've got the 10K coming up in about another 45 minutes or so. Looking forward to it. You know, it's all started. Looking forward to the finish and seeing how it goes.
And you guys put in a lot of preparation in this. It is a very specific course that's en route today for all these runners.
Correct, yeah. So we're starting. This is a new start for us here at Four Winds Field. Heads out towards Mishawaka along the river path, up towards Bowling for the second half of the marathon. But, of course, then we finish at Notre Dame, and then we're running through some of those neighborhoods in between.
Awesome. And there are police officers and barriers to ensure to keep all these runners safe and keep, traffic out.
Yep. We've got police officers all along the course, all 26 miles, so our runners shouldn't have to worry about safety today.
And if you guys at home didn't register this year, you can register next year.
Next year, yeah. We'll have registration opening up late September, early October. Be on the lookout over the summer for announcements and exciting news.
That's great. Travis, thanks for joining us. So you guys at home, if you missed out this year and you're inspired to get your running shoes on, you can register starting in September for next year's Sunburst races. But stay tuned to all of our reports on WSBT-22 News. I'm here at the starting line, and Olivia Ray will be at the finish line with some of those updates as runners start to finish their races. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT-22 News.
Sunburst 10K race getting ready to begin in less than a half an hour. WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is at the starting line. Caroline, are the runners stretching? Are they ready for that gun to go off?
Kristen, they are. They have been stretching all morning. They've been hydrating. They're, doing some jogging and agile movements, ready to be limber to get their run started here this morning. And some of these runners that I've been speaking with have been training a long time for this. They're very excited to get out here this morning, and they're very thankful for that the sun is out today and that it's not raining, that they're able to have a great day to be out on the course today. Again, the full and half marathons just took off just a little bit ago. And people for the 10K and the 5K are getting ready right now. And actually, this runner right here, he's kicking off to do the half marathon. He came in a little late. That's okay. But we got a lot of race officials here to make sure that the day goes very smoothly for the runners out here. And police officers are out here to make sure everyone is staying safe on the course. But we'll have another update for you in about 20 or so minutes. So we'll hear from some of these more runners to give you all of the updates. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT-22 News.
All right, thanks, Caroline. One South Bend neighborhood will be cheering on runners as they race through the course. Sunnymead neighborhood has 750 homes. The neighbors there decided to organize an event to help the runners. They're also officially the best Sunburst fans ever. That's part of course, the Best Week Ever celebrations. The president of the neighborhood association says it's important for runners and the city.
We love for our neighborhood to shine, and when you have the thousands of people running through it and they see how enthusiastic the neighbors are, I think it's just good for our neighborhood, and not just our neighborhood, but South Bend in general. Our neighborhoods are the backbone of the city. And
Rise and Roll donated some donut holes for one of their tables. They had a few other stations set up along that neighborhood. Runners in the marathon, half marathon, and 10K will go through that area. Are just minutes away from the start of the third race of the day, the Sunburst 10K. We're going to turn now to WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey, who's at the starting. Runners behind you, what's the atmosphere like down there?
Kristen, it's a great atmosphere around here. They're playing music. A lot of people are getting ready to start the race this morning, and they just wrapped up the national anthem for this race. A lot of people are stretching this morning, and I talked to people to, find out what they maybe ate this morning for breakfast. Some people had cereal, oatmeal, yogurt. And even asking them about their routine last night. A lot really tried to go to bed early, but one woman I spoke to was at Fiddler's Hearth last night, but she is still out here this morning, ready for a great race. Everyone's getting pumped up. So this race is about to start in 5 minutes. So we will be here at the starting line right when they get started. We'll also have another live report coming up in a couple minutes. And Olivia Ray, WSBT-22's Olivia Ray, is also at the finish, getting ready for maybe some of those finishers coming in just a little bit. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT-22 News.
All right, we want to start this morning right away with a look at the annual Sunburst races. The 10K runners just about to take off. Like, it will be happening in the next couple seconds. On your left, you can see the starting line of today's races. And then on the right, look at your first alert radar. It is clear. And we are tracking sun today, so that is really good. I want to stay on this a little bit while longer because I really want to see that gun go off and those racers start, but I don't think we're going to get to do that.
Well, we can leave it up. Well, okay. Maybe not. Yeah,
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, they were singing the national anthem a few minutes ago, and people were stretching, and now we're seeing that they're just up. Looks like that guy. 3, 2. And there they go.
And the takeoff temperature, is that the right word?
I think so. I mean, start
ready,
off. Set, go?
Yeah.
Go temperature?
Yeah, the go temperature, I like that. 54 degrees this morning as again, the runners are starting the 10K there. And we're looking at
Sunburst 10K race now underway. Up next is the 5K race and fitness walk. That's at 9 a.m. WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is live right now at the starting line. Caroline, are you inspired to lace up your running shoes now?
I am very inspired. Well, I'm wearing athletic clothes and I'm wearing athletic shoes, but I am not running today, but I am very inspired. One of those people who is inspiring me is Karen, and Bud, her husband, who just took off on the 10K run. She is going to be running the 5K in just a little bit. Karen, how are you feeling this morning?
I am feeling very excited. I ran this last year, but didn't finish because I was on a broken ankle and didn't realize it, so I will finish it this year.
All right, and you said that you got your husband into running just last year. He started the 5K. Now he's doing the 10K. That's great.
Yeah, quite inspiring. So I'm excited for him, and I hope to see him finish, but I have to get back down here to start myself, so I don't know if I'll get to see him finish. But I did get to see him start, so that's good.
That is great. You're getting us excited. And running for you guys, I mean, you have grown a lot over the past year in running. What's it like being in this event, both of you being able to run in it?
It's really, really wonderful. I started running after I survived cancer as a way to just get back into shape and be very healthy. And so it kind of was an inspiration. I never thought I could run and took it up, and I love it. It's a great way to just go out and get exercise and be by yourself, listen to your music, and just kind of contemplate things that are going on. So,
Karen, that is so great. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I hope you all at home are inspired by Karen's story and all of the people that are out here running this morning, soaking in the sun and just, getting out a little sweat and having a great time this morning. We'll have another live report when some of the other races start in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT-22 News.
All right, the Sunburst Marathon and Half Marathon started a little bit over an hour ago. Now people at the finish line are preparing for the majority of runners to finish there shortly. WSBT-22's Olivia Ray is at the finish line. Good morning, Olivia. Any finishers yet?
Good morning. Absolutely. Like you said, I'm here at the finish line where we are moments away from the first finishers in the 2017 Sunburst Half Marathon. They're about to cross over this line where family and friends are gathered. I see some flowers. I see some dogs to greet race finishers, and people are really excited to see people crossing this finish line. I overheard a race organizer on my way in. She said it's always a great day with the weather like this, but it's even better because it's the Sunburst. So I have some times for you. The half marathon should be wrapping up here shortly. Like I said, moments away from people to start crossing this finish line. The 10K will wrap up around 8. The marathon will wrap up around 8:40. 5K run 9:15, and the 5K walk around 9:45. This whole race will end around 1 p.m. and if it were me running it, that's probably when I would be crossing the finish line. So it's great to be out here. Like Ed said, the sun is shining. The weather is completely absolutely wonderful. And stay tuned, so I will have some names for you of the 2017 Sunburst Half Marathon winners coming soon.
Next is the 5K race and fitness walk. That kicks off at 9 o'clock. WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is at the starting line right now. Caroline, you can see it's empty behind you. That's because we've still got an hour left until the 5K. But what's happening? What are race officials doing right now?
That's right, yes. So race officials are monitoring the course. There's some registration that's over there. People just took off for the 10K, as you mentioned, but there are some early arrivals for the 5K. So there is going to be the 5K walk and the 5K run going on at the same time coming up. I'm told that there are at least 3,500 people who will be participating in this race, and some of these early people who are here now are getting in the zone, getting ready to run, making their final adjustments, getting hydrated. But we expect this place within the next hour to really fill up. So again, these are the people who are arriving early, listening to music, getting pumped up. So smiling in the sun. So we are very excited here. And again, that race kicks off at 9 o'clock. So we will be here all morning long with updates for you. And we'll have that coming to you. And Olivia Ray is at the finish line as people start to finish their races. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT 22 News.
T22's Caroline Torrey is live this morning at the starting line. She's been there all morning. Caroline, 5K runners starting to show up out there.
That's right, Kristen. A lot of people are showing up. More and more are trickling in as we speak. A lot of people are picking up their bib numbers here at the registration table. I'm told that there are over 3,500 people who will be taking part in the 5K race coming up. And in fact, along with families, I just saw a fireman dress up in all of his gear who is going to be running in the 5K. So that's going to be a sight to see. I can't wait to see him in a little bit. But again, all of these families are out here getting pumped. I see a lot of people stretching, listening to their own music or listening to the music over the loudspeakers. People jam into the music, getting their Sunburst t-shirts. So, you know, we're just very excited here to have everyone out here enjoying the sun, and everyone just loves this incredible weather that we have out here. But coming up, we'll have another live report with some more updates. But stay tuned to the finish line where Olivia Ray is, because she'll have all of the information with people crossing that finish line. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT 22 News.
Live now, it has been almost 2 hours since the start of the Sunburst Half Marathon. Many of those runners now making their way to the finish line. That's where we find WSBT 22's Olivia Ray. Olivia, many runners try to beat that 2-hour time mark for the half marathon.
That's right, guys. I'm here at the finish line, and the half marathon finishers have been coming in along with the 10K finishers. And in the first wave of half marathon finishers was WSBT's own Danielle Kennedy. Danielle, what was your time today, and how did it go for you?
Olivia, I ran around 1:32. It was just a really great experience. You know, you're out here in the community, everybody's cheering you on. You see everybody coming over the finish line, a huge success. It's really just a great community event, a lot of fun, especially as you see all these people coming in here. I mean, you can hear them around me. Everybody's cheering. So it's really great to see everybody come together.
And like everyone said, that a lot of people that participate in the Sunburst, it's not their first year. They've done it in years past. It's kind of a tradition, and it's kind of becoming one for you, right?
Yes, this is my second year doing it, and a lot of the runners that I train with, you know, some of them have been doing it for decades. I mean, I was talking to people out as we're running and hearing the experience of people. This is my 10th year or 5th year or whatever, or even first year. It's just really great. Everybody's supporting each other no matter how many years they've done it.
All right. Thank you, Danielle. I'm Olivia Ray, live from the Sunburst Marathon, WSBT 22 Sports.
Ray is at the starting line of today's races. Caroline, have a lot of runners shown up?
Kristen, yes, they have. A lot of runners and walkers have shown up this morning, including a couple firefighters who are going to be running/walking in all of their gear this morning. I mean, this stuff weighs so much, so I am so impressed. And it's getting pretty warm out here this morning, so very impressive what they are doing here this morning. And everyone else is out here also getting ready. We're listening to some great music. People are making their, last fueling up and drinking water, but it's a great day to be out here. So, we're going to be ready for the start of the races in just a little bit. So tune in for another live report in about a half hour. Live in South Bend, I'm Caroline Torrey, WSBT 22 News.
Thanks, Caroline. One woman who's preparing for the 5K never thought she'd get the chance to run. Tiffany Brantley was the victim of a hit and run in Mishawaka 2 years ago. She was hit by a drunk driver while running. Brantley says she did the 5K walk last year, but had a dream of running this year's race. She's been doing physical therapy, some running, and lots of stretching. She says she hopes to inspire others to achieve their goals despite setbacks.
Just to provide strength and hope for someone that's going through, that has been through a traumatic incident like I have myself. I know firsthand experience what they're going through and the hard work and dedication it takes to get back into the stride of things and meet your goals again.
Are warming up right now. WSBT-22's Olivia Ray is at the finish line. Olivia, what's the dynamic down there like as people finish their races?
Thanks, Kristen. Like you said, still live from the finish line. There's a little lull in the action as the 10K and half marathon finishers are wrapping up. Marathon rolling in. As the 10K and half have wrapped up, I have the names of the winners for you. The 10K top two finishers are Tim Murray, and your female top finisher is Jennifer Brack. The half marathon is Nick Scheel, David Zeisler, and Katie House. So congratulations to all of them. There are runners from all over. I've heard states such as California, Georgia, Indiana, Michigan, people from all over. And some breaking news from the half marathon. Our very own Bob Montgomery has broken 2 hours on his half marathon finish. So congratulations, Bob. I'm live from the Sunburst Marathon. Olivia Ray, WSBT 22.
For the 2017 Sunburst, WSBT-22's Caroline Torrey is right now at the starting line. Caroline, that 5K race should start in about 10 minutes.
Kristen, that's right. And in fact, they just wrapped up the national anthem here this morning. They are playing music to pump this crowd up. There are at least a couple thousand people here getting ready to either run or walk this morning, and even more are trickling in as we speak. So there are a lot of families here, a lot of avid runners, even in the 5K, and people have been stretching out. We got the running marshal right here getting ready to get the gun out to get these runners going. We also saw a couple of South Bend firefighters who will be running this race in their gear. So very impressive. So we really look forward to see how they finish and how they go on this race. But this is a great day. So for all of you watching, it's such a great event. So be sure to come out next year. And now we'll toss it to break.